Good morning. Got my coffee. Been a long time since I made a video, but today I want to talk about the great moments in board gaming. In other words, what are the exciting moments as you're thinking about, then purchasing, then getting, then unboxing, then realigning, assembling, packaging, whatever you want to call it, repackaging, ultimately learning, playing, or reviewing board games. And each of those, I think, have some level of excitement, some level of looking forward to. So let me talk about a game. Oh my goodness! Okay, this is a heavy game, and it is full. It's not. I'm not. I don't have just have the box of it like some people do. Anachrony. Let's talk about Anachrony. Okay, first time I heard about it was through probably Kickstarter, I guess, and the game itself was interesting to me. It talked about time travel. It talked about in the ads and the previews and so on. It talked about time travel. It talked about worker placement, which I enjoy. It talked about having a solo mode, which I definitely need to have. So it was a big box game, and this thing is huge. I mean, it's not Gloomhaven, but this thing is big. One of my bigger board games on my shelf. So why Anachrony? And what were the exciting moments of this? First of all, discovering there was a game that had time travel was a big deal. Finding out that you could play it solo was a big deal. Realizing that it was going to be a big, heavy, 10, 12 pound game was a big deal because I knew it was a lot of components. I like that. Do I like games with few components? Sometimes. But I feel like if I'm paying 50, 60, or in this case more, dollars for a game, that it shouldn't be, or that it should be something that I'm going to enjoy for a while, and it should have a lot of stuff with it. If I don't see the cost in the product itself when I receive it, then I sometimes feel underwhelmed. But anyway, it looked like a great opportunity, so I was excited about that. And you get that first moment of, wow, this game looks really great. I'm excited about it. And sometimes it's your highlight. That may be the highlight for the game because you get the game and you go, oh man, this is disappointing. Not what I thought it was going to be. Nobody wants to play it. So on and so forth. That's not the case with Anachrony. So then you get the game. And it arrives, in this case, in a big freaking box. Heavy as hell. And you go, oh, this is gonna be great. And I'd already seen the box itself. But this would have been and was an interesting box to look at because I really like the look of it. It just looks like something that might involve time travel, doesn't it? And then the back of it I thought was really cool because it really highlighted all the stuff that you get with, or a lot of the stuff you get with it, and what it would look like. And this isn't even. This is a fairly busy game when it's out. Let me take that back. This is a very busy game when it's out. So you get the box and you start looking at it and you go, this is really cool. And let's not understate the. Well, I just woke up. Wow, man. Let's not understate the importance of the smell. You open the box and you take the lid off after you take the plastic off. And you're hit with the smell of the new game. And sometimes it hangs around. I've had this for a while. I've had this for a year or so. So it's not quite new. But there's all these pieces in here. And you look down, you see all these punch boards you have to punch. Punching the punch boards. I've seen the rule book. This is a rule book. This is for an expansion that's with it. And you have the actual rule book, and this one came with I think 2 or 3 languages. So I don't have them all in here. I separated them out. But this had numerous rule books: English, French, maybe German. But it's a pretty thick rule book. To me, that's a good thing. I don't mind reading the rule books. I don't like to learn from the rule book. Oddly, what I like to do is learn from a video usually, and then if I can find somebody who knows the game and who's already played it. That's my favorite way to learn, because then they can say, "Oh no, don't do that. Here, here's why you don't want to do that." And that's what I try to do when I teach it too. I don't want to alpha game it, but on the other hand, I don't want somebody doing something that ruins the game for them. Makes it dreadful. If they make a decision I think is iffy early on, that won't really kill them, but won't really help them either, I'll say, well, there's a couple things you can do here. You can do what you plan on doing. I don't know if you saw this one. You might be able to, you can do this too, or you can do this. Give them a couple choices. And I don't mind doing that when I'm teaching a game. I think it allows people to start seeing the thought process that goes on. Anyway, the rule book is certainly something that is interesting to me. And this one is really cool. Great artwork throughout. We've got the images of the cards or the keys or the tiles or whatever it might be. Everything is pretty well explained in order, which I like. There's a glossary of all the little symbols that you might need to know. Not hard to learn, but you know how it is with any new game. It takes a while to get used to it. Then the next exciting thing to me after you punched everything, and that's kind of an exciting thing too, is trying to find little containers that are going to hold the things you need. Like this one right here is this is the one I need throughout the game. It's the one that says, lay this one out with the game, and pretty much everything else will take care of itself. This one, and then these baggies, what I've done with these, I think this is part of the fun too, is for each player that's in this, and this is a 4-player game. I've taken a baggie. So this is the green color, the Path of Harmony they're called. And in this, so I've got something they need here, the Path of Harmony. This is the easy way to tell who it is too, by the way. I can tell it's green even from this side, but all the pieces are going to start with, and everybody starts with different things. So they're all in here. And this is ready to play right away. Whenever I go the next time, I just hand somebody this. Now at the end, will they take the time to help me to put this back together again? Probably not. That's okay. It probably took me 10 minutes to get it all together, and I'll spend 10 minutes after the game is over when I get home, probably doing something like that. But this to me is nice, making it efficient. And it's a big box game, like I said. I'm not going to show you everything in here, but in fact, I've never even used this. This is I'm sorry, not this. There's an expansion in here. It's probably buried at the bottom, which makes more sense. That never even played. I want to. The Doomsday expansion. I haven't even played that one. Nor have I played the Pioneers of New Earth and the Guardian of the Council modules. There's another thing I haven't played, which is a whole separate rulebook for that. Adding some things. Yeah, I think that's where the Doomsday thing comes in too. It's like a Doomsday board, I think, or something it's called. But anyway, I haven't even played this one. And that's because the guy who taught me the game said, yeah, I played that. I thought the game was good enough the way it was. It didn't need that. So he didn't care for that expansion. But I still want to learn it because I may. So opening it up is another part of the joy of buying and living with the board game. Then packaging it up right, which, as I said, it means finding the right kind of containers for things, making it efficient, being able to store it back in here. This has also got the expansion, which I can't really show you, but it's at the very bottom. These giant mechs that are about this big, that you put your characters in the top. There's a little slot where you put your character in, and you can still see the characters sticking out of the top, so you can tell what's riding in it. And that's cool. The box still closes all the way, which is important to me. That's all in there. After you package it up, the rules, then learning the game. Whether that be through video, like I said, reading the rule book, or having someone teach it to you, as I do, if I can. All those things are fun. It's the first time you get to try the game. Then there's, I don't know what to call this. If you saw the movie Dave, Dave is a lookalike for the president who's in a coma. He wants to keep homeless shelters for these kids. And he's told if he can save so many million in the budget, he can have his homeless shelters. And he goes around and he comes to the automobile guy and he says, you spent so many million last year on a program to help people feel better about the cars they already purchased. I said, well, yes, Mr. President. We can cut that. Is that more important than a homeless shelter? He says, well, no. So they cut that out of the budget. But the key was the whole idea of spending money to make people feel better about their purchase. Certainly, I don't spend money. I don't expect people to spend money, but going out to places like Board Game Geek, or now going out and watching further reviews of the item. Now, I watch quite a few reviews before I even purchase anything. I'm somewhat anal about researching things. I'll go out to Board Game Geek. I'll read some reviews. I'll see what it's rated. I'll try to watch a video of it being played to see if it's something that sounds like it's something I want. If that's available. Sometimes it's not. Oftentimes it is. But then after I buy it, I go back and watch other reviews that I haven't seen before. Or read other reviews that I haven't read. I don't read all of them before I buy it. But now I'll seek out other ones that I haven't seen before to see what those people think about it. And that makes you feel better. I'll join the forums and start talking about the game. I'll look to see the files that you can download to help support the game. I've downloaded a few that are in here that just help to make it streamlines a little bit more. It makes it, you hand somebody a quick play type of summary of here's what the game's about, here's the steps you can take, here are the end game things we're going to be scoring. It helps. And it helps just even have that in front of me as I explain it, and then hand them that sheet that they can refer to as we go through the game. So that's kind of cool. I think the next phase is playing the game or teaching the game. Both are fun. I love to teach Anachrony now that I've learned it. I taught it to one of my boys the other day. He's 21, and he really liked it. So that's cool. I have a 14, well, she's 15 today. I have a 15-year-old. I'd like to teach this game to, but I don't know if it's her ball of wax. I don't know if it's her thing. It might be something she'd like. I don't know. I think she'd like the little mechs, maybe. Not sure. And I've got another boy I'll teach it to as well. And then maybe we'll play this thing soon, hopefully, with them. But I've played it a number of times with other people and really enjoyed the heck out of it. So it's the teaching, then the playing of the game, and really for me the playing of the game comes first, and then the teaching of the game. And then there's joy, I think, in having other people say they like it too. Something about that. It's almost like, you buy a new car, or you get a new house or something, you bring people into the house, or you ride in the car, and they say how great it is. Again, it's feeling good about your purchase. And I think that's something that can be said about board games. When you like it, you spent the money on it, you anticipated being able to play it. I sort of downplay the importance of playing it, but really, when you buy the board game, at least for me, I'm anticipating playing it with a group, whatever group that might be, and you have memories of that, right? You have hopefully fond memories of playing the game with your group. So that's kind of cool, and yeah. What else is there? Adding to your collection, finding that place on the shelf where it fits perfectly, and then having it there. And for me, and I don't know if I'm unique like this, but I did the same thing with my DVD collection and Blu-ray collection. I'll go through my collection once in a while and just grab a box like this off the shelf, put it in front of me, and go through it. Go through some of the pieces, or simply just take the lid off and look in it and kind of look at some of the bags and look at the rule book again. Even if I have no intention of playing it, I think that's, again, a reinforcement that you bought this, that there's games I haven't played yet that are on my shelf, or I haven't played in a while. And I think those are the types of games that I will get out and take a look at and think about, when will I play this, who will I play it with, and so on. And I think that's kind of cool too. So that's my steps. I don't know if I had them in the right order. I don't think I left anything out. It's everything from the pre-purchase idea to purchasing it, to having it arrive, unboxing it, checking out the components, finding baggies or whatever to store them in that makes sense, making it efficient so that when I go to play it, it doesn't take half an hour to set it up, that I can get it down to maybe 10 or 15 minutes if it's a complex game like this. And then reading the rule book, or at least looking at it, learning it, be a video, be a teaching, be the rule book, be maybe a combination of all three sometimes if it's a complicated game like this one, to playing it, teaching it, and then playing it some more, and then finding it on my shelf and getting it out and taking a look at it. This one doesn't make the shelf. This one I have actually some stuff on the floor underneath a windowsill, so it comes up right to the window, the bottom of the windowsill in the room. That's all I have in there is board games and DVDs and stuff, and my television. A television, not my only television. This one sits nicely on the floor, and it's just it can go near the base because it's so the cardboard used to this thing it has to be is really thick, so you can put quite a few things on top of this. We probably got 5 games on top of this one. That's Anachrony. It's Mind Clash Games. I highly recommend Anachrony, by the way. I chose Anachrony because it's a big box game. It's one of those games you get, you go, oh shit, I've been waiting for this game for so long. But that's true of a lot of things. I mean, it's true for Everdell. I'm just looking at Everdell there when I received that. Or Western Legends when I got that. I mean, a lot of these games, you get them in the mail and you go, wow, I've been looking forward to it. I don't think this was a Kickstarter. I'm trying to remember if I Kickstarted this or got it like right after the Kickstarter because I had some leftovers. I don't think it was a Kickstarter. I think the first thing that I actually Kickstarted might have been Vindication. I'm thinking. Might have been Vindication. I don't remember anymore. Another great game. Another big box game, which is Buried, or I would have used that one probably. But anyway, hopefully you enjoy this video. Comments, questions. What do you think? What are the moments you look forward to with a board game? Do you get that excitement when you first realize, I want that game? Whether that be Wingspan, or whether it be Everdell, or whether it be Anachrony, or any other game. Raccoon Tycoon was one I just picked up that I was excited to get. When you first realize that's the game I want, when you buy, is that exciting to you, or only when you buy it? And do you have any other things that I left out? Be curious to hear that. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Take care. Till the next time, whatever that might be.